you better start off, since you got the distance guys here, to talk to me about couple records falling. Obviously, Grant had one of them, Riley another. Talk to me about this weekend, especially from the distance guys.
Yeah, so we had Friday Night Lights. We changed the name because Friday Night Lights on Saturday because we took a group to Arkansas, as we talked last week. But these guys here were the big point of the day was let's go get the 3K. Let's go try to run a fast 3K and see if we can get done. And Grant and I were just talking about the fact that he walks into this meet and it's such a small meet from what we normally host. He's like, did I miss the day? Is this a youth meet? What's going on? And it's such a small meet, but it's such a great meet. We always have success there, and I think it's just low pressure and just a few teams, and these guys had some plans. Coach Wick had them right, and they jumped on the pain train for a lot of meters, and then were able to knock out 3Ks to get them into nationals. Amazing performances. It was really exciting to watch them run.
Talk about that a little bit, Grant, coming into this meet and being able to reset that mark for yourself up there. How'd that feel, and how you feel like it went from your perspective?
Yeah, it was definitely shocking. To run that quick at home, just in our backyard at a little meet. I don't think we anticipated doing that. I know he didn't. I know I didn't. But we were primed, we were ready, and even though it was a small meet, it was just like practice. We're used to just clicking off splits in practice, and we were just clicking off splits in a race on our practice track. So while it was a little maybe past our expectations, I'm not surprised. We work for it, and we deserve to go to nationals, I think. So, now we're in.
Grant, as easy as you're making it sound, you often hear athletes talk about how difficult it is to be out there by yourself, right?
Yeah.
When you're going for a time, you have splits in your head. Even then, it's still hard because you're not chasing anybody or no one's pushing you, right? So, just talk a little bit about that a little more. Is that all it is? You have splits right in your mind. You need to hit this point at this time, and I'm right on track, or is it? Take us through that a little bit.
I'd say it's all trust. So, we've got our teammates in there to get the pace rolling and get us, metronomic. So we had Tyler Blay do a great job, get us running 63 highs for 400s, which is, 4:14 mile pace, which is 7:53 pace. And then Grayson took over the rest. And then luckily we had a pro in the field who entered last minute. And we could sit on him for when the race really got hard. And yeah, well, it is hard, of course, but we practice for hard, and we're anticipating it to be hard, and it's just there's no other option. And especially for me, it's my last season. That's my last regular season meet ever indoors. So I tell myself I don't have a choice but to do it. I'm gonna go with it, and I'm gonna try and compete and win the race, and the time will come, and it came.
I talked to you about this in cross, but just coming into the program, it sounds like you're enjoying kind of that decision, just being here for this. But how has this kind of helped elevate and helped you get the times that you're doing right now in kind of all your events?
Yeah, it's just having the guys to chase. I say it all the time, and I mean it. It's I know if I can finish a workout with these guys, I'm going to be in good shape because, it's hard. They're fit, they're fast, and I've never had that before. I've never been pushed in practice to the level that I am. I'm getting close to redlining in some of these workouts with these guys, and it tells me I'm gonna perform well when it's time. So I don't know. The environment's just been a huge change, and I think I've been able to just elevate in the short amount of time I've had.
Well, you'd actually mentioned this before Drew showed up. It's man, if I can just hold on to him and finish workouts, because Drew's a machine. In fact, I believe that's what you actually said. Drew is a machine. Drew is so good at, you talk about the metronome, the clicking off reps. Nobody rides a pain train like Drew and is so consistent. And when you guys get together, it was so fun to watch. It was just boom, boom, boom. It was one after another. That's what it's like in practice. I get to see this, and coach, we get to see this every day, to watch them run, and it's just it's a lot of fun when you get 5, 6 guys just cruising around Hughes Fieldhouse and just hitting reps. It's really neat to watch, and you said it right. I mean, you came because it's a group of guys, and I think you got everything you bargained for, right? I mean,
exactly.
That's what you need is guys that will push you every single day, and these guys do it.
I think, Drew, I want to ask you, obviously, Grant, coming first year, you've been around the block a few times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just, talk about the group of guys from your perspective. I mean, Coach, and a lot of us, it's an elite group and a group that pushes each other just about as far as each of you can go. Just talk about that group of guys and, what it's meant to kind of grow with that, and then the addition to Grant this year, and, just what's that meant for the team itself.
Yeah, I think it's all about our commitment outside of practice. I don't think anyone works harder the 22 hours of the day that we aren't there. It's about what we do outside of it. And, when we do get in Hughes, we do, just start clicking off laps because we've done it for so long. But kind of to speak to how Grant has just shown up and been there. Immediately he, bought in and wanted to be a Bearcat. He didn't want to be coming from Fort Hays. He didn't want to just be the loner who just came here and wants to run very fast. But he wanted to be a part of the team and a part of the roster. But, when you got guys that like Nate, like Grant, like Tyler, like Grayson, that just...
Riley and Max.
Yeah, Riley and
Don't feel
Max.
left out, guys.
You're running around the track and you see them, it's like, why I have to go. Like, I have to do this. It's not a choice. It's like, if they do it, I got to do it. So that kind of speaks to what we do here.
Coach, we talked about the smaller meet at Bearcat this time, but you guys had a busy weekend, runners in 3 different spots. Just kind of as that develops, it seemed like everybody did well in everybody you sent out there. So just how kind of crazy is that, and how kind of fun is that to kind of watch as the weekend develops and you've got all these people, all these different places?
Right. Well, it's not fun if we don't succeed in what we're trying to. We put a lot of miles taking a group down to Arkansas on Thursday and Friday and coming back just to host a meet in our own place on Saturday, and then turn around on Sunday and have a youth meet as well. So it was a very, very busy weekend. We did get a majority of the things that we were shooting for, not everything. But it was exciting to see that. You're not always going to get everything right the way you plan, but having an opportunity to take some kids to the Arkansas meet and get some things done on a 200 bank, which is what the national championships is going to be, and come back and see these guys and a few others succeed so well at the Friday Night Lights, a tiny little meet that we have, it is very exciting. I mean, we got a majority of what we wanted, and the rest we can get at conference meet coming up this weekend, because the competition is going to be there for that. But there's a time to run fast, in especially their events and distance, and there's a time to compete for places. And we're getting to the point of the season where time doesn't matter anymore. They needed to get this done. They had to get it done. Otherwise, they're sitting at home watching the 3K go off. And that's not acceptable for these guys, And so we had to get that done, and they knocked it out of the park, and now we'll be watching them run in Indianapolis. And that race is going to be different. It's not going to be out there clicking off the laps, and it's going to be fighting for position. It's going to be chaos at times. It might go out and really, really slow and become something that's a sprint to the finish. We don't know. So I think I'll leave that up to Coach Wick to figure out what kind of strategy you guys are going to put out there at Nationals. But it was a great weekend for us.
Drew, Grant alluded to it earlier with kind of the teamwork that goes into distance. And I think a lot of people who haven't been around it kind of just envision a guy out there running solo and doing that. But talk about the teamwork aspect of especially race like the 3K and different things that you guys do and keeping that teamwork and that race plan, like Coach alluded to, that Wick will come up with.
Yeah, everything with us is about trading laps. So, this morning we had 10 by K, and I took 5 and he took 5. Like, every day we always have this give and take with all of our guys that I'll lead half, you lead half, and I guess that's just the teamwork that we have. But in the 3K, I mean, I can't really say what we're going to do because I don't even think we know yet. But
Keep explaining.
yeah.
Wick will let you know, I'm sure.
Championship racing, let's go.
But yeah, I think we're in the best position we ever have been. So I kind of trust in what Wick is going to have us do, and we'll just do that.
Coach Elephant in the room, MIAA comes to Hughes Fieldhouse
Yep.
this weekend. Just kind of talk about we talk week to week in different pinpoints that you guys have, and times that you guys want, different things that you want to solidify. Just kind of go through the meet from a team perspective, and kind of talk about your guys' pregame and what you guys got going on, and where you want to shine as the weekend goes on.
Sure. I mean, the big part of this is that we have to host it. So we do all that as a coaching staff. Coach Nikki is in charge of a lot of things, and I know she's a little stressed out with some of those things coming up. But we know how to host. This is a tiny meet compared to some of the meets. The Coach Alsop and also the Bearcat they're giant meets compared to this one. It'll be easy to host as far as when the gun goes off, when it starts, right? It's getting all the pieces of the puzzle put into place and the people that you can trust to do a good job being officials and such. As far as the team aspect, we are always, we're going to do well in the conference. We're going to do well in the conference meet, but we are not designed to win conference meets. We don't do all the events, right? It's very difficult to put points in an event you don't have anybody in. I mean, obviously that's common sense, but we of the 17, 18, 20 events outdoors, 21 events outdoors, and we're only doing about 75% of those events. So it's very difficult to win a conference meet going up against teams that have rosters of 140, 160 kids, and they're filling 3 or more in every event. We just don't do that. So our focus is to get a few more people into nationals, a few more teams into nationals. We have some relays that are on a bubble or on the backside of the bubble, unfortunately, after this weekend, and we'll have to run faster. So we're going to do well. We're going to have some kids compete. That is their moment, right? That's as far as they're going to go. They're not going to make a national meet. And we have other kids that have still to make the bus to nationals, and so we've got a lot on our plate. So it depends on the kids. We're going to see some great things happen because Hughes Fieldhouse is fast, and there's no better conference in the nation than the MIAA. So we'll have our competition for each of those events. So should be some fun. I'm excited to see what we can get accomplished.